force exerted by the jet on a moving vertical plate in the direction of jet of water striking on a moving plate having velocity u. Having velocity u. Jet is uh, jet is striking on the plate having velocity u, and plate will displace here. Plate will displace here with velocity u. So we have, and water will deflected at an angle 90 degree. Force exerted, we have to find force exerted in x direction. So force exerted by the jet on the plate in x direction is equals to mass flow rate into velocity before striking minus velocity after striking in x direction. See here, we are not changing our basic principle. We are keeping same here also. We are using only impulse momentum principle. We are not changing at all. We have, which is F is equals to mass flow rate into velocity before striking, velocity after striking. We are applying only this principle. And here change in only velocities. Here change in only velocity. So force in x direction is equals to rho a v minus u. Velocity is simply replaced by v minus u. And why it is v minus u? We have seen it. Velocity, jet is continuously striking on the plate, and plate is moving. But velocity after striking in x direction is 0. But velocity after striking in x direction is a 0. There is a velocity, but it is in y direction only. See here, there is a velocity, but velocity is in y direction only. There is a velocity in x direction is a 0. So we'll get velocity before striking is a v minus u, and velocity after striking is a 0. So calculate v minus u and v minus u. Will get v minus u bracket square and rho a as it is, where rho is the density of water, is a area of cross section of the jet, pi by 4 d square, and we'll get v minus u bracket square. Again we can replace rho as a gamma by g into a v minus u bracket square. Simply we'll get the force exerted by the jet on moving vertical plate in the direction of jet. We have to find what is direction of jet here. See, the direction of jet is in only x direction. So we are finding the force in x direction. We are finding the force in x direction only. So we can calculate work done also. We can calculate work done per second, because see, in first 3 cases for the stationary plate, we never calculated the work done, because there is no work done, because there is no movement of the plate. The velocity of the plate is 0. So there is no movement of the plate. So work done for that 3 cases is 0. But for the moving plate, for every case we have to find work done, because there is a velocity of the plate, and plate is moving. So work done, what is work done per second? The work done per second is equals to force exerted by the jet into distance moved by plate per second. So we have calculated force as rho a v minus u square, and distance traveled by the plate per second is nothing but u. Distance moved by the plate is per second. Distance per second means velocity, and distance moved by the plate per second by means velocity of the plate, which is u. So also we can calculate energy supplied. See here, work done per second is a rho a v minus u bracket square into u. This is the work done per second, which is equals to rho a v minus u bracket square into u, which is in watt. Again, we have to calculate energy supplied. So energy supplied is nothing but kinetic energy, because from the for the jet of water, having a jet of water with a velocity v, and where velocity means kinetic velocity, kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is given by 1/2 mv square. But we are finding the energy supplied per second. We are finding, or we are supplying energy per second to the plate. So energy supplied per second is equals to 1/2 m dot v square. Why m dot? Because we are supplying the energy per second. So kinetic energy is equals to 1/2 rho a v into v square. Listen here. Here will be you have somewhat confusion. Why we are using here only v? Why we are not using v minus u? See, here we are supplying the energy. There is no matter this energy is striking on what, or what is their plate velocity. Here we are considering only supply, energy supplied. So we are taking v rho a v into v square. So we'll get kinetic energy 1/2 rho a v cube. So next we have to find efficiency of the system. There is a work done, there is energy supply, there is output, there is input. Output is a work done per second, input is the energy supplied per second. So we can easily find the efficiency of the system, and efficiency of the system is equals to work done per second upon kinetic energy supplied per second. See, we can define the efficiency of the system. Efficiency is nothing but output divided by input. What is output? Work done per second. What is input? Kinetic energy supplied per second. So we have value of that. Simply we are putting that all the value in the efficiency. So we'll get rho a v minus u bracket square into u divided by 1/2 rho a v cube. So which is equals to 2 by see here, will get cancelled, rho a will get cancelled. So and multiply by u in the bracket. So first of all, you can expand this a minus b bracket square. Similarly, a square minus twice ab plus b square. Similarly, you can expand this v square minus twice u v plus u square and multiply by it. So we'll get and 1/2. So 2 will get here. So 2 divided by v cube and v square u minus twice u v into u square plus u cube. This will get the efficiency of the system. So now this is the efficiency of the system. We have to find condition for maximum efficiency. For maximum efficiency, we can see here in this equation. Here 2 is constant, phi is also constant, because we are supplying the mass flow rate, same mass flow rate. So there is no change in rho, there is no change in area, there is obviously only U is changing. Only U is changing. So variable is U here. Variable is U here. So we'll get condition for maximum efficiency is equals to condition for, you have seen in differentiation, for maximum minimum. We are differentiating it and differentiating and equate to the 0. We have to differentiate this equation with U only, because we have constant, both these things are constant. 2 is constant, V is constant. So we differentiate it with respect to U. See here, we are putting in this and equate to the 0, where 2 divided by V cube and V square, V, these all things are constant. So we can write 2 by V cube as V square differentiation with respect to U. So V square as it is, differentiate with respect to U, du it is 1, again minus 2V as it is, again U square will be the same as a x square, derivative of x square as a 2x, so we'll take the 2u and plus 3u square, again derivative will take 3u square. Again here we are simple derivative we are using and equate to the 0. Again this term 2 by v cube will also equate to the 0, and we will get the v square minus 2v. 2 means 4uv plus 3u square is equals to 0. After solving this equation, how to solve this equation? See, v square, we have to we'll get two parts, v minus u in one bracket, again another bracket, v minus 3u is equals to 0. So v is equals to u and v is equals to 3u. You somewhat will you go in some depth, you see, you will get two parameter, v is equals to u and v is equals to 3u. Again if we put in this equation v is equals to, see here, simply you can put here v is equals to u, again u minus u will get 0. So for work done, v is equals to u, work done will be the 0. So condition for maximum efficiency, you will get v is equals to 3u. Again put the value in this equation, v is equals to 3u, and solve it. So condition for maximum efficiency, put in the efficiency equation and you will get 29%. So maximum efficiency will get, you will get efficiency 29.62%.